In the year 2147, humanity had achieved what once seemed impossible: interstellar travel. The United Earth Federation, UEF, had sent expeditions to distant star systems, establishing colonies and fostering alliances with alien civilizations. Among these pioneers was Captain Becca Hayes, a seasoned explorer known for her strategic brilliance and unwavering determination. Becca stood on the bridge of the UEF's flagship, Valiant, gazing at the swirling nebulae on the view screen. She was a woman in her early 30s, with sharp features and piercing green eyes that spoke of countless adventures and battles won. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Marc Tanaka, a brilliant engineer and her loyal confidant, approached with a report. "Captain, we've received a distress signal from Colony Delta on Exxon Prime," Marc said, his voice steady but laced with concern. "They're under attack by an unknown force." Becca's eyes narrowed. Exxon Prime was a crucial mining colony, rich in resources vital for UEF's expansion. Losing it would be a significant blow. "Set a course, maximum warp," she ordered, "and prepare the crew for combat." The Valiant shot through space, leaving streaks of light in its wake. As they neared Exxon Prime, the view screen filled with images of chaos. Alien ships, sleek and menacing, bombarded the colony's defenses. The colony's shields flickered, on the verge of collapse. "Open a channel to the attackers," Becca commanded. A figure appeared on the screen, humanoid but with blue skin and elongated predatory features. "I am Commander Xar'eth of the Xar'eth Dominion. Leave now, or face annihilation." "We're not going anywhere," Becca replied coldly. "This is UEF territory, and we will defend it." Xar'eth's eyes gleamed with malice. "So be it." The battle was fierce. The Valiant weaved through enemy fire, its weapons blazing. Marc coordinated the engineering team, rerouting power to the shields and directing repairs with uncanny efficiency. Despite their efforts, the Valiant was taking heavy damage. "Captain, we can't hold out much longer," Marc warned. "Their ships are too advanced." Becca's mind raced. Retreat was not an option. They had to find a way to outsmart their enemy. "Marc, can we modify the deflector dish to emit a high-frequency pulse? Something that might disrupt their systems?" Marc's eyes lit up with understanding. "It's risky, but it could work. I'll need 5 minutes." "Make it happen," Becca urged. As Marc and his team worked frantically, Becca continued to direct the battle, buying them precious time. The Valiant shuddered under the relentless assault, but Becca's confidence never wavered. She believed in her crew and their ability to pull through. "Ready, Captain," Marc shouted. "Do it," Becca ordered. A blinding pulse of energy erupted from the Valiant, enveloping the enemy ships. For a moment, everything went silent. Then, one by one, the Xar'eth ships began to falter, their systems shorting out. "Now hit them with everything we've got," Becca commanded. The Valiant unleashed a barrage of torpedoes, tearing through the disabled enemy fleet. The remaining Xar'eth ships retreated, leaving Exxon Prime safe once more. "Victory!" Marc exclaimed, punching the air. Becca allowed herself a rare smile. "Good work, everyone. Let's get these colonists the help they need." As the crew celebrated their hard-won victory, Becca couldn't shake a sense of unease. The Xar'eth were a formidable foe, and she knew this was only the beginning. She made a silent vow to uncover the reason behind their sudden aggression. Back on Earth, Becca and her crew were hailed as heroes. The UEF Council awarded them medals and promoted Becca to admiral, entrusting her with the defense of the entire frontier. But Becca's mind remained focused on the mystery of the Xar'eth. She spent countless hours poring over intelligence reports, seeking a clue. One evening, Marc found her in the command center, surrounded by holographic displays. "Still at it, huh?" he said, handing her a cup of coffee. Becca took a sip and nodded. There's something we're missing, Marc. The Xar'eth wouldn't attack without a reason. Marc leaned over a display, his brow furrowing. Maybe it's not just about resources. What if they're after something else? Like what? Becca asked, intrigued. Power, Marc replied. Political or technological. Something that could shift the balance of power in their favor. Becca's eyes widened. The artifact. The artifact was a mysterious device discovered on a distant world, rumored to possess unimaginable power. It had been kept under tight security, with only a handful of people aware of its existence. Do you think they know about it? Marc asked. It's possible, Becca said, her mind racing. And if they do, we need to move it to a safer location. With the council's approval, Becca assembled a team of trusted officers and set out for the secret facility where the artifact was stored. As they approached the planet, their sensors picked up Xar'eth ships in orbit. They're already here, Marc said grimly. Prepare for landing, Becca ordered. We need to secure the artifact before they do. The team descended to the surface, landing in the midst of a firefight. UEF soldiers were holding the line against Xar'eth forces, but they were outnumbered and outgunned. Becca led her team through the chaos, her blaster firing with deadly precision. They reached the facility's entrance, where they were met by Dr. Alara Chen, the lead scientist overseeing the artifact. Admiral Hayes, thank God you're here, Alara said, her voice filled with relief. We need to move the artifact now. Lead the way, Becca replied. As they made their way deeper into the facility, the ground shook with explosions. The Xar'eth were relentless, and time was running out. They reached the chamber where the artifact was housed, a sleek, metallic sphere pulsing with energy. Help me deactivate the security field, Alara instructed. Becca and Marc assisted Alara, their fingers flying over the control panels. The field dissipated, and they carefully lifted the artifact onto a transport platform. Move out, Becca ordered. They raced back through the facility, the artifact in tow. As they neared the exit, Theric appeared, blocking their path. You cannot win, human, Theric sneered. The artifact will be ours. Not today, Becca shot back. A fierce battle ensued. Theric was a formidable opponent, his combat skills honed by years of warfare. But Becca fought with the ferocity of someone defending her home and people. With a well-placed strike, she disarmed Theric and knocked him to the ground. Fall back, Theric commanded his troops, retreating under the cover of smoke. Becca and her team secured the artifact on their ship and blasted off, leaving the Xar'eth behind. As they soared through space, Becca allowed herself a moment of relief. We did it, Marc said, his voice filled with awe. Yes, we did, Becca agreed. But this is far from over. In the weeks that followed, Becca and her crew worked tirelessly to uncover the secrets of the artifact. With Alora's help, they learned that it was a source of immense energy, capable of powering entire star systems. But it also held a darker secret one that could spell disaster if it fell into the wrong hands. The Xar'eth want to use it as a weapon, Alara explained during a briefing. If they succeed, they could wipe out entire planets. We can't let that happen, Becca said firmly. We need to find a way to neutralize the artifact's power. As they delved deeper into their research, they discovered a series of ancient inscriptions that hinted at a failsafe, a way to render the artifact inert. The instructions were vague and incomplete, but Becca knew they had to try. We'll need to take the artifact to the origin planet, Alara said. It's the only place where the failsafe can be activated. The journey was perilous. The Xar'eth were hot on their trail, and every step brought them closer to a final confrontation. As they neared the planet, Becca gathered her team. This is it, she said. We've come this far, and we can't turn back now. Remember what we're fighting for, our homes, our families, our future. The team nodded, their resolve unshaken. They descended to the planet's surface, the artifact glowing ominously in the dim light. As they approached the ancient ruins where the failsafe was located, the ground trembled. "Thurok," Becca muttered. The Xar'eth commander appeared, flanked by his elite guard. "You've led us right to it," he said with a cruel smile. "You're too late," Becca replied, her voice steady. "We'll stop you, no matter the cost." A fierce battle erupted, the air filled with the sounds of blaster fire and clashing swords. Becca and Thurok faced off once more, their previous encounter fueling their determination. Meanwhile, Marc and Alara worked frantically to activate the failsafe. "Hurry, Marc," Becca shouted, dodging Thurok's attacks. "We're almost there," Marc replied, his fingers flying over the ancient controls. As the battle raged on, Becca fought with everything she had, her strength and resolve unwavering. Thurok was relentless, but Becca's determination proved stronger. With a final, decisive strike, she defeated him, sending him sprawling to the ground. At that moment, Marc and Alara activated the failsafe. The artifact pulsed with energy before dimming, its power neutralized. The remaining Xar'eth forces, seeing their leader defeated and their prize lost, retreated in disarray. "It's over," Becca said, breathing heavily. "We did it," Marc agreed, his face breaking into a relieved smile. Becca looked around at her team, pride swelling in her chest. They had faced impossible odds and emerged victorious, their unity and resilience shining through. As they returned to the Valiant, Becca knew that this was just the beginning. The galaxy was vast and filled with countless challenges, but humanity had proven time and again that they could rise to meet them. With her loyal crew by her side, Becca was ready to lead the charge, knowing that no matter what lay ahead, humanity would prevail. Back on Earth, the UEF celebrated their triumph, honoring Becca and her crew for their bravery and ingenuity. But Becca's thoughts were already turning to the next mission, the next challenge. She knew that as long as they stood together, there was nothing they couldn't overcome.